Shaggy, Mike Will, and Tyson Havronic.
Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Huddle Up here on Extreme Sports. Welcome to a Friday. We made it through another week. I don't know how we did it. We made it through another week. The 27th day of March for 2026. Mike Will, Tyson Havronic, ready to start your day the right way with all of your news, weather, and sports that you need to get out the door here this morning. A lot of talk about the Nebraska basketball team, the Huskers' historic run this season, and their run to the NCAA tournament came to an end last night as the Huskers lost to Iowa 77-71. We'll have plenty to talk about there, plus some comments coming up from Husker head coach Fred Hoiberg, so stick around for that. The Nebraska baseball team and softball team, they'll be in action this weekend. The spring football game is coming up tomorrow at Memorial Stadium. Kickoff will be at 11. Hastings College baseball team playing a big four-game series in Orange City, Iowa this weekend. The softball team going to be hosting Dordt today and Waldorf tomorrow in doubleheaders. All four games will be here on Extreme Sports. Had some high school baseball played last night, including a win by Adams Central and a loss by Hastings High at Gretna. Plus, we'll check the other results from the NCAA tournament last night. We're just waking up this morning. Some late games played last night. We'll update you on the bracket challenge and also talk with Jim Sliker from the Nebraska Thoroughbred Racing Network. Talk about the ponies this weekend. So all that and more is coming up on the show here today as we welcome in Tyson Havronic from the Western Studios. You're back online, your camera up and working. You're looking real good over there in the Western Studios this morning. Welcome to a Friday.
Don't lie to our audience. They put me in high definition. I'm still ugly as sin over here on the other side of the camera. I think Eric Williams said it best. The best 2 days that I've looked is when the camera has been shut off. But, Face for Radio back on it today. I probably look like hell because this grown-ass man was crying real tears last night. I got into it emotionally, a little too emotionally invested, and that was a gut punch. That tore the heartstrings, losing in the final 2 minutes. And I'll be honest, I'm anxiously awaiting the updates on the brackets from the late games, from the games that happened after the Huskers wrapped up, because this basketball fan didn't want to watch any more basketball. We straight shut that TV off, and that was all she wrote. So I have no idea what else happened in the rest of the tournament. So gutted for the boys, this special season, this special team, everything about them. And you outplay a team for 38 minutes, and we had a slump, a hiccup. We just had 2 minutes there where we couldn't do it, right?
Yep.
We couldn't execute. I couldn't execute offensively, defensively. Nothing was clicking. Iowa caught us. They played the jab game and they caught us down the stretch. I'll be honest. You go back and watch the game, and I hate analyzing losses. So I'm not going to be critical of Fred or the boys, and I'm not going to say, oh, we should have taken those 2 timeouts that we had in the second half, and we can't take timeouts with us. And, it was bench and depth, right? It was bench and depth. We had 7 guys. They were able to go a little deeper. But it was also, and I'll give Iowa credit on this, the inbounds play with, was it a minute 13 left? And it's a 3-point game at the time. And then they chucked the ball deep, out past everybody. Nobody saw it. We were taken completely by surprise. The Hail Mary pass, and that took balls from Iowa. Give Iowa credit, because that play could have gone easily wrong. When you're doing a full court pass like that, everything has to be perfect, and it was, and it dropped right down, and they were able to really, I think, grab the momentum. That to me was kind of the nail in the coffin. Then the dunk, but give Iowa full credit. They played with us. They played strong. They played a hell of a good basketball team, and they withstood the early fire. So yeah, it sucks. But I think we lost to the better team last night.
So Iowa will move on. They'll play Illinois. I'll get you the results.
Appreciate that.
since you shut your TV off last night.
I did.
Arizona, they won last night over Arkansas, 109-88. Purdue got by Texas, 79-77. Illinois beat Houston, 65-55. Of course, Iowa over Nebraska, 77-71. Tonight, the other four games: St. John's against Duke. Alabama will play Michigan. Michigan State against UConn, and Tennessee against Iowa State. So that brings you up to date on the NCAA men's tournament. The women, they swing into their Sweet 16 round tonight. Notre Dame against Vanderbilt, North Carolina against UConn, Minnesota against UCLA, and Duke against LSU. Their Sweet 16 will continue tomorrow. Louisville against Michigan, Kentucky against Texas, Oklahoma against South Carolina, and Virginia against TCU. So that brings you up to date on the NCAA tournament for the men and women. A lot of talk about the play late in the game last night. When Nebraska had only 4 players on the court. Is that the officials' job? You always see the officials, and we got some officials that listen to this show on a regular basis. Maybe they can help us here and chime in. Is it the officials' job to make sure that each team has 5 players on the court? I know it's their job when they have 6 players on the court.
Right.
But is it their job to count the players and make sure each team has 5 players on the court coming out of a timeout? And Ryan Martin has chimed in. He's an official. Is it the official's job to count and make sure each team has 5 players on the floor when they come out of a timeout?
You got to take
Fred
a little.
Hoiberg, he was asked that question last night. He didn't know.
Yeah. You got to take a little accountability, right? Like, you should have 5 on the floor. And again, you're counting if there's too many. If there's too many, that's the infraction. But if you're playing short-handed, you got to think that at some point that's got to be on you from a team to realize that. I don't know.
And Fred took it on his responsibility.
Sure.
He said it was miscommunication coming out of the timeout, so he took responsibility.
Oh, yeah.
But yet, is it the official's job to step in and say, hey, you can't play with 4 unless you're down to 4 because people have fouled out and you're running on a short roster. You can play with 4 that way, but it's illegal to play with 4 players, I think, on the floor. And again, we're going to seek some help here from some of the officials that listen to this show. I'd like to know that. Is it the official's job to tell a coach that you've got only 4 players on the floor? So
I wouldn't assume it would be, and unless another team like Iowa says, "Hey, they only got 4. They only got 4." Like if they notice it and say it's illegal to play, right, exactly. They're not going to say anything. So it is illegal to play with 4. At some point, I think that it's on the coaching staff. So let's see.
Well, it is on the coaching staff.
Yeah,
because we should have had 5 players on the floor, but yet. I'm just saying, is it the official's job, too, to say something about it?
And I don't know enough about basketball to know the particular nuances of a rule. That situation is like 1 in 100, right?
Oh, at least.
I mean,
1 in 1,000.
Yeah, exactly. You're not going to have those too often during basketball games. So Ryan Martin does chime in with "Welcome to March Madness, Husker fans." It comes down to 1 or 2 possessions most of the time to end the season. That's why winning it all is so hard and satisfying when you do. Amber chiming in. Television crew said it was a quick ball in. Yes, the national broadcaster said it should have been called. It should have been called, but it wasn't.
It wasn't. And that was a big point of the game. We were down by 3 at that time. They throw the long pass down the floor with our 4 guys on the floor, and the guy is fouled. And let's see, did he make the shot? I think he did. It was a 3-point play. He made the shot. He was fouled. So then Iowa goes up by 6. Mm-hmm. And then the next possession, they got that dunk at the end of the game. So
we kind of unraveled from there, right? Yes, you you're counting there is too many. I thought they gave the players enough time to figure it out. Middle school b-ball, I wait a little longer to inbound the ball so players can get set. College basketball, not so much. So, yes, it's on the team.
It's on the team. It's not on the official to say, hey, coach, you only got 4 guys on the team.
They'll wait a little bit longer with the basketball. Like, hey, you're missing something here. But if it's on the college basketball, you're like, well, guess you're SOL.
Mast was standing on the sideline. I don't know what he was doing. Mast was there. He was at the scorer's table when they inbounded the ball. I don't know what he was doing.
Yeah. Was it just the moment, do you think? Everything that was happening, you're leading, and now all of a sudden, hell, you're down in the final 1 minute and 30 seconds left, and all of a sudden you're in a dogfight and they have the lead. Do you just think that the whole moment got a little overwhelming for everybody, I think?
God, that's the difference between champions and
1,000%.
Wannabes.
1,000%.
Yeah, I don't know what. I'm not going to blame it on Mast because I wasn't in the huddle and that timeout. So what was said, but Mast was standing on the sideline.
I just think the moment got a little big for everybody.
Jeez.
And we'll build from there. I mean, hell, again, I'll still be the first in line to lay the first brick or break the ground for a Fred Hoiberg statue in front of Pinnacle Bank Arena. I'll build it tomorrow. If you say, hey, you want to go build no, I got a game tomorrow. I'll build it Sunday. Be the first in line to do that. Again, you sit here and you're pissed because you lost your rival, right? And then everyone's going to feel like, damn it, Iowa, again, of course. Most Nebraska way to lose. Almost always win. All those haunting things that you feel in football come back to you because you can't get over this hump against Iowa. But at the same time, I also sit here and I laugh because we had Kevin Harlan broadcasting Nebraska basketball last night. Kevin freaking Harlan, right? That's never happened before. The voice of March and the voice of basketball as you know it was broadcasting the game. I just couldn't believe it. I had to pinch myself 2 or 3 times. It was a magical season. So, yeah, it sucks. And you look back and you look at all the different factors and things that you could have done differently. That's got to be hindsight 2020, baby. Like we move on, we move forward. We're going to have to replace a very talented bunch of seniors that are going to be leaving this program. And the work on getting back to the Sweet 16 starts tomorrow.
Some more people chiming in. Shane says football. We don't tell coaches that they have less than 11. Yes, they're flagged for having more than 11. And Brian again is chiming in. Mast was going to sit down after the timeout huddle. He looked up and saw there was only 4 players. Then quickly he ran along the sideline to check in before it was too late.
But it was too late?
But they inbounded the ball with Mast standing on the sideline.
But it's too late, baby.
So anyway, that's the story on Nebraska basketball. Season is over. I'm with you, Kevin Harlan.
Wasn't that something?
He's great.
Oh, God.
He is so good. And I've been in the business, the sports broadcasting business for ever.
Yeah.
And he's one of the guys I look up to. He is so good.
1,000%. Yeah. He's one of those, if I met him in person, I wouldn't be able to put words into feelings. I'd just be like,
I'd melt, yeah. And he'd say, "Who's this dork?" He's in the radio business.
Sir, it's nice to meet you. I'm also in the radio business, Mr. Harlan, sir.
All right. We're going to talk ponies coming up at 7:30 this morning. Tim Slanker from the Nebraska Thoroughbred Racing Network is going to join us. I want to update you on the leaderboard for our bracket challenge. Again, we have no one still in the running for the $10,000, but we are going to be awarding the top 4 vote getters, not vote getters, but points guys in our And
Vote for me!
because I can't find you on the leaderboard.
Shut up.
I can't find you.
I don't know. I might have deleted it.
I scrolled down. I haven't. You were like tied for 130th yesterday. I haven't found you. I'll take time here in a little bit to maybe find you.
It's okay.
The 10-year-old is still ahead on the bracket challenge.
That's excellent.
We're still being beat by a 10-year-old. Riken Rosno is on top of the leaderboard. His mother is in second place. His dad is in third place.
Jesus.
Then the IT guy,
Oh, my God.
he's in fourth place. Lexi Brooks, you knew her cream would rise to the top.
Eventually, right? Like, someone's got to break up the family affair here.
Well, Lexi, she's been quiet. She does well in all of her contests. You knew sooner or later her name would pop up on the list, and it has. Lexi is in fifth place. Grant Linder is currently in sixth place. Look who's in seventh.
Who's in seventh? Not you.
Yeah, I'm in seventh.
Where the hell did you come from?
Yeah, I had a good night last night. So I'm in seventh place. Rock Chalk is in eighth place. Wayne Stotts, he's our entry from Atlanta, Georgia. I don't know how he stumbled across this contest. He's from Atlanta, Georgia. He's in ninth place. And then
Put $10,000 on social media.
Yeah,
how do you
right.
think people stumbled across it?
Cornbread is in 10th.
Let's
Actually,
go.
we got ties in there. Riken has a 10-point lead over his mother. His mother is leading his father by 10 points. Shane is 30 points back. Lexi, Grant Linder, me, Rock Chalk, we're all tied at 630. There's Wayne Stotts guy and Cornbread. They're tied up at 620. So those are your top 10. Top 10. Should I scroll down? Your
Just
name will
keep
pop
scrolling.
up somewhere. Did you have any winners last night?
Yeah.
So are you beyond 130?
I had Illinois and Zona. So I picked up 2 Sweet 16 winners.
I'm just kind of strolling down. I don't want to take a lot of time because
Right. We have Jim Sliker calling in at 7:30, and
we got.
by the time you find me, it might be well past.
Oh, here you go.
Hey.
Here you go. Yeah, you made a jump yesterday from 130 to 120.
Hey!
God, you suck.
Screw you!
You're in 120th place. How'd we do on our Blazing 5 from yesterday?
I went 2-0 yesterday. Thank you very much.
2-1.
And I've got 3 games remaining tonight. So
I got 2 games remaining tonight. I won on Texas,
yeah,
and I won on Illinois.
I won on Illinois and Arizona.
I lost on Arkansas last night.
Yeah, you did.
I was getting 7.5, and
They got blown out.
they got beat 109 to 88.
Oofta.
I've got 2 games going in my Blazing 5 tonight. I'm on St. John's covering against Duke,
Yep.
and I'm also on Tennessee covering against Iowa State.
I'm on Duke, Iowa. I'm opposite. I'm on Duke, Iowa State, and what's the other one I have in?
Let's see, there's only 4 games.
Michigan State.
Michigan State and UConn.
Yep, I have Michigan State.
All right, so that brings you update on all the bracket challenges and our
Chiefs
Blazing
Challenge.
5 from yesterday. God, I might get a winning record. That'd be something.
I'm going against you in 2 of those games, and I went 2-0 yesterday, and I feel really confident about my Chiefs Challenge Blazing 5. So
We can probably do the Blazing 5 again next week.
you might be 5th. You might be 5th in the bracket challenge, or 7th, or whatever the hell.
7th, yeah.
7th. I'm 120th, but I got a feeling we'll have a better winning record come Blazing 5.
What
Tonight?
did Chief do? I can't remember what the Chief did.
He was basically the same as you. He lost to Arkansas He had Texas last night.
It was 2-1.
Yep.
All right, so that's the Blazing Five and the bracket challenge. God, we're still being beat by a 10-year-old, though.
Give it time.
No, I don't know. I like his bracket.
My bracket's slowly but surely going to come along here.
You keep telling me that it's about over.
Tortoise in the hare, baby. We're moving. We're creeping along.
You're in 120th place.
No, we just slingshotted to 120 from 130th though. That's a 10-position jump. So if you factor every day we go up 10 places, by the end of this damn thing, we'll be in the top 10.
Top 100.
Slow but surely.
You're being in the top 100.
100.
Your goal needs to be in the top 100.
100.
All right. Nothing else really happened sports-wise yesterday other than the NCAA tournament.
What the hell?
Oh, Major League Baseball.
It was opening day.
All right, give me the highlights from the opening day.
Nothing really happened? Come on, man. That hurts.
There was 11 games yesterday in Major League Baseball.
And there was 14 runs in one inning in one of them. Rays Cardinals. Holy crap. I told you at the beginning of the season that this was going to be 5 good innings of Cardinal baseball, and then you can shut it off when they go to the bullpen. And man, oh baby, was I right. We turned it over to the bullpen, and we go from
Rays scored 14 runs against
No. Hold on for the story. The Rays hang a 6th spot in the 6th inning to take, at that time, a 7-1 lead. 7-1. And you're thinking, well, woe is me. This is going to be what the season's going to be for the rest. Cardinals turn around in the bottom half, and the Rays bullpen is equally as awful as St. Louis. They gave up an 8 spot to St. Louis, and St. Louis flips the script and wins 8-6. J.J. Weatherholt, the rookie that I was telling you about, my pick for Rookie of the Year, just he's a talented ball player. First at-bat, pop out. Second at-bat in his major league career. First hit, home run. Can you imagine that? Your first hit as a major league ball player.
Wow.
Goes over the fence for a home run onto Freeze's landing out there in center field. Cubs got spanked. So right now the Cardinals have the lead in the Central standings.
After one game.
We're going to go ahead and just freeze it there. If the season ended today, what's your famous last words from last year? If the season ended today, St. Louis would be in.
All right, so that's what happened in Major League Baseball. I missed a lot of the Nebraska game last night due to the fact that I was doing high school baseball. And
didn't they push up the game?
I'd like to thank Tim Stroman and the Adams Central baseball team.
Careful.
22-15 last night.
Jesus.
Was the final score. Adams Central wins over St. Paul Palmer.
That's a football score.
22-15 in baseball.
Oh, my God.
And I was watching the clock. I was hoping to get home for tip-off at 6:30. Hell, I was still in the 3rd inning. Yeah. I was still in the 3rd inning.
Oh, no.
God, he's calling in already.
Is that who?
We gotta reset Slanker's. We gotta reset his clock. Slanker's calling in already.
He's
Anyway.
anxious to go.
Yeah, we're anxious to go. We're going to be talking the ponies, and we're going to be talking some more Husker basketball on the other side of our news break. We better get rolling along here. Don't want to prolong Jim's day. You might have something really important going on.
Jim's like the Oscar music to get us off the stage. Like he's like, okay, it's time for you guys to break.
You guys need to roll on because I got to get on your show. Hang on, Jim Slacker. We're going to be with you. 7:25, waking up with Mike and Tyson this morning. Good morning from Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning news update on Extreme Sports.
Well, Iowa may have gutted us as a fan base on the basketball court last night. They have been amazing neighbors as the state continues to burn with no end in sight. Crews from the Iowa National Guard and Department of Natural Resources are assisting Nebraska as the massive wildfires continue to burn across the state. Officials say the fires have scorched hundreds of thousands of acres, making this one of the worst wildfire events in Nebraska history, with at least one reported death. Iowa has deployed helicopters and personnel to support firefighting efforts from the air, while local and state crews battle flames on the ground. The dry and strong conditions have fueled the fast-moving fires, prompting ongoing emergency response and continued warning for residents in the affected area. Speaking of those warnings, a red flag warning has been issued for areas along and east of Highway 281 today. A fire weather watch has been issued for the entire area on Saturday due to the likely critical and extreme fire weather conditions. Additional fire weather concerns may spill over into early next week. Nebraska Governor Jim Pillen issuing a new emergency measure as wildfires continue to impact the state. A new proclamation declaring emergencies in several counties, allowing additional state resources to be deployed. The governor also extending a statewide burn ban through April 10th to reduce the fire risk. Another executive order eases trucking regulations to help deliver feed and supplies to the affected areas. Meanwhile, the State Emergency Operations Center has been activated as crews continue responding to new and ongoing fires. It is coming up on 7:27. We'll head over to the East Side Studios. Mike, what's going on in sports?
Well, the Nebraska men's basketball team's historic season and NCAA tournament run came to an end last night as Iowa beat the Huskers 77-71 in the NCAA Sweet 16 in Houston. Huskers finished the season 28-7, a school record for season wins. Nebraska also achieved its first ever NCAA tournament win and the first Sweet 16 appearance in the program's history. Nebraska led for 32 minutes of the game last night. Iowa took its first lead with 2:10 remaining and never trailed again. Bryce Sanford hit 6 3-pointers and finished with 25 points. Braden Frager hit 5 3-pointers, chipped in with 16 points. The Nebraska baseball team will host Indiana in a 3-game series this weekend. Tonight's game gets underway at 6. The softball team will host UCLA this weekend. Game 1 of that series is scheduled for tonight at 8. The Nebraska spring football game is set for tomorrow at Memorial Stadium. Kickoff will be at 11. Hastings College baseball team will play 4 games at Northwestern this weekend. Today's doubleheader gets underway at 2:30. The softball team will host Dordt in a doubleheader today before hosting Waldorf on Saturday. The doubleheader today gets underway at 4, and we'll have the action here on Extreme Sports, beginning with a pregame show at 3:45 this afternoon. The Nebraska Kearney softball team will play at Missouri Western on Saturday. First pitch will be at noon. High school baseball from yesterday. Adams Central beat St. Paul Palmer 22-15. Nick Musel had 3 hits and 4 RBIs for the Patriots. Parker Hodgen also had 3 hits. Cody Funk was the winning pitcher. He went 4 innings and gave up 8 runs and 8 hits. Funk struck out 4 and walked 3. Adams Central is now 3-1. They will play Beatrice and Crete today in the Elkhorn tournament. Gretna scored 7 runs in the 6th inning to beat Hastings High 8-3 yesterday. Quinn Simmons was the losing pitcher. He threw 1 inning of relief and allowed 5 runs. Zane Thompson and Nick Kavatinsky had 2 hits apiece for the Tigers. Hastings is now 1-3 on the season. They'll play host to Lincoln Lutheran on Saturday. First pitch will be at noon. We'll have the game on Extreme Sports beginning with a pregame show at 11:45 tomorrow. A couple other games, Grand Island beat Lincoln Southeast 14-1, and Holdridge defeated Aurora by the score of 10-4. That's a check on your sports headlines at 7:29 on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning weather update on Extreme Sports with Chief Meteorologist Tim Jones.
Friday will be cooler thanks to a cold front that passed through the area, and despite the fact we're only having highs today in the low to mid-50s, we'll have a fire danger as well. There's a red flag warning in effect from Highway 281 to the east. We'll have northerly winds gusting up to 30 miles per hour today and plenty of sunshine. Overnight tonight, mostly clear and a low of 30 degrees. Saturday, it'll be windy with gusts up to 40 miles per hour and a high in the mid-60s and 82 on Sunday.
You're telling me a cold front moved through. We got north winds at 12 miles per hour this morning, It is partly cloudy, 30 in Hastings, and the wind chill is at 18 at Extreme Sports.
Hi guys, this is Justin Consrick with Adam Marshall Land and Auction. Just want to talk to you about how we do things. I talk to farmers every day. A lot of guys just want a simple, honest way to sell equipment. That's why I work with Adam Marshall Land and Auction. We know the equipment, we know the buyers. We run real auctions with no buyer's fees, which brings in more bidders and stronger results. From one machine to the full lineup, we handle marketing, the details, the sales start to finish. We're just real people with real auctions, real results. If you're thinking about auctioning equipment, reach out and give me a call at 308-991-5429.
I'm John Butler, Funeral Director and Owner at Livingston Butler Vollen Funeral Home and Cremation Center in Hastings.
And I'm Nikki Butler, the Advanced Funeral Planning Specialist. Whether you choose a traditional service, cremation, or a unique memorial service, our experienced staff is here to help guide you through every step. Visit us at lbvfh.com to learn more about our services and how we can support you.
Livingston Butler Vollen Funeral Home and Cremation Center. We are here when your need is greatest.
When it comes to protecting what matters most, you need a team you can trust. At Jones Group Insurance in Kennesaw, they're committed to helping individuals, families, and businesses plan for today and prepare for tomorrow. From home, auto, and farm insurance to life coverage and retirement planning, the Jones Group takes the time to understand your goals and build a plan that fits your future. Local service, personalized guidance, trusted protection. Call Jones Group Insurance today and experience the difference a hometown team can make.
Hamilton has been providing IT solutions for businesses across the state of Nebraska for more than 3 decades. We know that Nebraska businesses are a driving force of support for the communities in which we live and work. We keep them connected and protected by delivering cybersecurity, hosted phones, and managed IT. We are grateful to be part of our Nebraska communities and to support their technology needs.
Get ready for the ultimate trivia experience with Extreme Sports Trivia. Play from anywhere at home, on the go, or at your favorite bar or restaurant. Compete live against players from all over in real time, answering questions across categories like sports, pop culture, Marvel, and more. Want to see how you stack up? Track your progress with live leaderboards and aim for the top spot. It's free, fun, and super easy to play. So what are you waiting for? Sign up today at extremesports.com trivia and start playing now. And keep an eye out. We're coming soon to a bar or restaurant near you.
And again, the latest location we have added our sports trivia game is Miscue's Sports Bar and Grill. They're over by Duncan Field on Elm Street, so you can stop in there and play our sports trivia game and watch all of our local sports on our big screen monitors there at Miscue's Sports Bar and Grill over on Elm Street in Hastings. We've got baseball, actually softball today on the air. Hastings College and Dort from the Smith Complex. Action gets underway at 4 this afternoon on the air with a pregame at 3:45 this afternoon here on Extreme Sports. So join us for some college softball action coming up for you today. It is 7:34. It's a Friday, and it's time to talk ponies.
They're moving into the gate.
And down the stretch they come in the Kentucky Derby, and Barbaro is running away. It's Edgar Prado aboard, and Barbaro is going to win this Derby by 6 lengths. Bluegrass 10 seconds from far back, stepping
bring on Jim Slanker from the Nebraska Thoroughbred Racing Network. Tatanka Ponies with us. It's kind of crowded here in our studio, Jimmy. Welcome in. Three of us, three's definitely not a crowd here. You can come on into our studio. Welcome to the show, Jimmy, and what's going on with the horse racing biz?
Well, this is an exciting weekend, especially on the scene here at Fawner Park. We've got some good racing going on, but also on the national level. This is one of the top prep weeks for the Kentucky Derby, with both the Arkansas Derby and the Florida Derby running this weekend. So there's a plethora of races to be run, and sort things out for the Derby and sort things out on Fawner Park.
Again, Jim Schleicher from the Nebraska Thoroughbred Racing Network joining us here this morning as Fawner Park will focus on the racing right here in our home state. We'll focus on the three-day weekend card. Let's start with today here on Friday and some opportunities to make some money early on. Your Extreme Sports Best Bet of the Day going to be running right here in the very first on a Friday at Fawner Park, Jim.
Oh, it's always good to have your best bet in the first race to give you money to play with for the rest of the day. But, yeah, I looked at number 6, Aztec Jim. Run 11 times, and, last time was the only start that horse got headed out of the gate. So I looked for Aztec Jim to come back, break good, get the lead this time, carried. It's only a 4-furlong race, so Aztec Jim has the speed to do that. I'm not saying he's going to make it much farther past the finish line than that, but we only need to get him home to the wire. So Aztec Jim looks pretty hot today.
Jim, what excites you about the Friday card? Anything special about today's card?
Well, one of the things that always excites me is when I see a pick 6 or a pick 5 jackpot carryover of almost $50,000.
Wow.
That can be taken down for just a 50-cent wager. I'd like to be that person that does that. $50,000 would go a long way. And with the new money today, that'll probably be somewhere around probably close to $60,000 or $65,000 that you could take home.
There you go. Jim, let's take a look at the back half of this card. I think that there's some fun horses to play here. I love the 8th race in a horse karaoke. That's right up my alley in terms of in terms of the horses that just catch your eye. But the 7th race here, Parking Lot Party, I think is going to have a lot of money riding on him. I would anticipate he'd be off towards the top of the favorites by the time that baby goes off. In that 7th race, though, you're having a little bit of an underdog, a long shot play perhaps that maybe you like just slightly over the 3-horse in Parking Lot Party.
I do. I like New Expectations. If you go back and watch a replay on that race, that horse was the outside horse in the gate. When he broke strongly to the outside. There was nothing to keep him in. He probably spotted the field close to 10 lengths. And then he rushed up on horses going into the turn, and he was all the way up to second and third going down the back stretch. Still, that horse was able to pass him and get the win. I'm not saying the time was the greatest, but he pulled away to win by about 2.5 lengths over the 1-2 favorite. I think with a better break, this horse runs really good again today. I'm hoping to see some odds there because, like I said, Parking Lot Party, there are some other horses that are going to take some money. But I'm going to be playing New Expectations in the exotics for sure.
Jimmy, is that your official long shot of the day today?
That is my Extreme Sports long shot of the day where I'm going to try to make some money on. Now, last week, my long shots, one of them didn't run for crap, let's be honest. The other one looked at in the stakes race there. I'll never complain about getting $5.80 in the show pool when the favorites are first and second. So run a really nice race, but I think No Expectations has that same chance to make some money today.
Again, Jim Schleicher from the Nebraska Thoroughbred Racing Network joining us each and every Friday morning here on Extreme Sports as we not only preview the weekend card ahead at Fauner, but also take a look at races that have caught the national attention, and we'll get into some of those races in Derby Prep here in just a second. But you mentioned a stakes race. We have a stakes race coming up on Saturday in the Springtime Tradition Stakes, and it's got one of the local favorites again. Hurricane Lassie has run so well at Fauner Park and appears to kind of catch the eye whenever that horse is in the field. You're throwing Blister in the Sun, a couple favorites, but let's make some money here on this stakes race. What kind of card are you looking at playing here, and who might you throw in with some of these favorites on your card?
Well, this race really intrigued me because there's a few horses in here that have a lot of speed. So if you take Hurricane Lassie and you take Blister in the Sun, both those horses like being on the lead. But if you look at Blister in the Sun, who's probably going to take a lot of money, that horse just, if he does not get the lead, struggles because he cannot pass another horse. If he's not leading right away, he's probably not going to win the race. So therefore, I kept looking at this and looking at this. Who's going to break well? You know, what happens in the gate's going to be huge. But I'm going with the 4-horse Full Spirit because Full Spirit can come from off the pace a little bit. He'll be sitting in that catbird seat waiting right behind him. He gets leading rider in Jose Medina.
Yep.
Only been out once this year. It was just in an allowance race. Ended up, though, winning by a length and a quarter over a nice field. Not as great as what we've seen Hurricane Lassie and Blister in the Sun run. But that horse can pass horses, so I'm going to go a little bit on the outside there with a 6-1 shot in Full Spirit. It's won its last 5 races, only run once this year, but it's on a 5-race winning streak for his trainer, and let's hope we can make it 6.
All right, again, Jim Schleicher from the Nebraska Thoroughbred Racing Network joining us. Hopefully going to fill our pockets full of cash here this weekend. So officially, Jimmy, the Saturday card, your best bet, your long shot of the day for Saturday.
Well, Saturday, my best bet of the day is going to come in race 3, and that's a Nebraska-bred race for older colts and geldings, and in there we see Fire Spittin' Kitten. This horse ran second last time out in the Ogatal Stakes to General Shipment. There's no General Shipment in this race. Fire Spittin' Kitten has a second and a third this year. The first time out was only going 4 furlongs. I really look for Fire Spittin' Kitten to get out of the gate and control this race and is therefore my best bet of the day on Saturday. Now, if we're looking for a long shot, well, I'm probably going to be different than a lot of people in here. If you look at the 8th race and the number 3 horse, Maximum Chambers, that horse run the slowest time we've seen this year. It run a 1:16 going 6 furlongs. We've seen races that have been run 1:11 and 8. But if you watch that race, that horse broke bad. I can't say broke really bad, but caught really wide. It was 6 wide into the first turn. And you can only imagine on a bull ring how much distance you're losing when you're 6 wide in the turn. Going down the backstretch was still 4 wide. 4 wide into the corner. But yet that horse got up at the end and was able to win. Yeah, the time was really slow. I think going against these horses, we're going to see a better time. He's also inside this time. He's not going to be caught wide. If I get 10-1, I'm all over this horse in the exotics because there is money to be made off of Maximum Chambers there. So that's pretty exciting to me.
Jim, I want to take your eyeballs away from the Fauner Park program here briefly. Have you had a chance to look at Oaklawn on Saturday? You mentioned the Arkansas Derby. But all the headlines right now with Todd Pletcher and Ortiz and the 6-horse and Renegade, all the headlines seemingly putting the smart money on the 6. Break down the Arkansas Derby. Is there another horse that can even compete with a horse that right now is going off at 3-2?
Oh, I think there are horses that compete. I think this is the stronger of the 2 Derby prep races this week, the other one being the Florida Derby. But besides having Renegade in there, Mark Cassey has Silent Tactics. He won the Southwest, second in the Rebel, both prep races, both run at Oaklawn Park. That horse will have a little bit of an advantage having been out over the course. Then we also got to look at Bob Baffert brings in Litmus Test. Litmus Test, it ran third in the Rebel. But let's go back. That horse was fourth in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile and wasn't that far out of it. And we also know that Bob Baffert's going to have his horse ready when you're running for $1 million, $1.5 million. Guess who's going to be there? Bob Baffert. There's a couple others in there. Blackout Time didn't have the greatest race last time, run fourth in the Rebel, and Napoleon's Solo for Chad Summers. Boy, I'll get that out there yet. Won the Champagne Stakes last year and also was fourth in the Fountain of Youth, which, that wasn't a bad race. But I don't think Silent Tactics, we're looking at Renegade being the 3-2 favorite. I think there's 4 or 5 horses in here that can win this race.
All right, so let's look at some Derby prep races coming up. Boy, the season rolls along here. You get through April, Jimmy, and pretty soon we can talk about the Kentucky Derby there in the early part of May. Horse racing season up and rolling here.
It is. This is an exciting time of year because we're just first week of May, Kentucky Derby time. We're only 5 weeks out, so now we're seeing the big races. Next week we'll see another big one, but this is where we're going to start separating out and seeing who's going to be in the 20-horse field in the Derby. So these 2 races, I look for Nearly in the Florida Derby to probably be the one. That's Fletcher's horse too. He's won his last 3 races convincingly. He's not necessarily going to be the favorite. Commandment's in there. Chief Wallaby for Bill Mott's a big favorite in there, but I really think Nearly will stand a really good chance to knock him off there. So, it is. It's an exciting weekend. There's great racing at Faunter Park. Big carryover there, the Pick 5 jackpot. And now I look at Tyson and I think, guess who's running on Sunday, Tyson? Your favorite horse, Flash Drive.
That's right.
Jim, I think your dog wants to be on the show today.
My dog's getting a little excited. I think there's some deer going through the yard here right now. So I don't blame him. I get excited when I see that too.
I think you better pay attention to your dog, Jimmy. We'll let you go. Your dog has other plans for you today.
Oh, he's trying to get me out of the house and get to the races right away. I mean, that's right. It should be. It's going to be a big weekend for us down at Faunter Park, and we hope to see everybody out there. And let's see if we can tap into that $50,000 Pick 5 today.
And, of course, you can see all of Jim's picks and predictions, insights, any news and notes as far as it pertains to Nebraska Thoroughbred horse racing all on the Facebook group, Nebraska Thoroughbred Racing Network. Again, Jim Sliker joining us here this morning on Huddle Up. Jim, appreciate the time, sir. Thank you so much. Let's have a good weekend.
Oh, let's do that. Let's go out and make some money. If nothing else, just come out to the track and have a good time and enjoy a beer or two, and let's set a pony and make some money.
All right, have a good
Thanks,
weekend, Jim. Jim Zeiker from the Nebraska Thoroughbred Racing Network joining us each and every Friday on the show here on Huddle Up. It's 7:48 as we cruise along here today. Wanted to get to these comments concerning Fred Hoiberg again after Nebraska losing last night to the Iowa Hawkeyes in the Sweet 16 of the NCAA tournament, 77-71. The coach talked afterwards. He said he was disappointed with the loss, but he's still proud of his team.
Yeah, I've got so much respect for Ben with how he has run his programs, and obviously it doesn't matter the level. He's going to continue to be successful wherever he is, and he's proven that. He's proven that at the D2 level. He proved it at a mid-major, and now he's proven it in the Big Ten at the high major level. So he's just he runs a system that fits who they are. They do a great job of staying in their roles. I think we're pretty similar in that regard. We had great role acceptance this year. That's why we were still playing in this game. And Bennett Sturts, I said this after we beat him at home in the last game. He plays with so much poise and confidence, and he never gets sped up on the offensive end. The thing I look at, and the difference of this thing is, I think it was 20-7 in points off turnovers. They took care of the ball way better than we did tonight. And, they made the shots. They made them in the last 5 minutes. I thought we had some really good looks. Unfortunately, they didn't go down, and they made them, and that happens some nights. Unfortunately, tonight on the biggest stage, it happened. But, tip your hat to Iowa. They played a great basketball game.
Obviously, the coach talking about his partner on the other side, Ben McCollum, the head coach of Iowa. Again, Fred says he's proud of his team despite the loss last night.
First of all, hats off to Iowa. They played great, especially down the stretch, and they deserve the win. It stings. This one hurts about as bad as any I've been a part of, just because of what this group is all about. And we don't get to lace them up anymore together as a group. And they've been all about the right things. These guys will be a part of history of Nebraska basketball forever for winning the first NCAA tournament game, getting to the Sweet 16, most wins in the history of the program, highest ranking. They just did so many things to elevate our program, and I'm really proud of them. When the sting does wear off, which it will at some point, maybe, but these guys deserve a lot of credit for what they've done for Nebraska basketball. And when we come back, whenever it is for a reunion, we'll get to hang a banner next year, a banner that's never been hung in PBA. And we'll get invited back someday. Hopefully I'm still around. But these guys, with their kids, will be able to come back and talk about this season. And we're going to win these games. We're going to continue to compete for championships. Our team was picked 14th in the league. And then we have the adversity of losing Connor and Oogie, who were absolutely two of our rotation players early in the process. The way these guys handled adversity and fought through tough times, even though you lose huge key pieces like that and stay together, that says everything you need to know about them.
Huskers got off to a good start last night. In fact, out of the gates, we led Iowa by the score of 12-2.
Offensively, we were clicking, we were humming on that end of the floor, and had it going from everywhere. The ball was moving, and the one thing was I think we had 6 turnovers in the first half that kept them in it, and they made a big shot at halftime to pull it within one possession, and then we kept it. I think we still had a lead with 5 minutes left, and again, I thought we missed some good looks. We'll go back and watch it at some point and see what we could have done better, but. It's they made seemed like they made all the open shots at the end. We didn't, and again, that happens in this game, and unfortunately, that was the result tonight.
Yeah, the Huskers losing to Iowa last night in the Sweet 16, 77-71, ending their season. But the coach thanks his seniors for laying some foundation for Husker basketball.
Yeah, 100%. They've shown what is possible with Nebraska basketball when you get the right people in your program. And again, I credit not just the 3 guys that were up here. I talked about Kendall Blue. I've talked about how professional he has been, even though he didn't play the role that he envisioned when we brought him on board. But he's been a great leader for us. Jared, I talked to him. He was part of one of the biggest wins in program's history, that win at Illinois with what he did. Had some big moments for us as well. So, they did. Those seniors especially, I'm so thankful for them. These 3 guys have been here longer, obviously, and for more of it, and they've seen, Sam especially, how, when it was in its depths and, what it became. And, we have to expect to be here, now that we've done it. It can't be one every 8 years. It's got to be something where we're competing in this tournament. And as you see, anything can happen. You can compete for championships if you get hot at the right time. And again, I'm so proud of these guys for everything that they accomplished for Nebraska basketball. And, I know Husker Nation is as well. As much as this one stings, when we hang that banner next year, it's going to be a hell of a celebration.
So there you have it. Get out the Kleenex. Get out the Kleenex, Fred Hoiberg, thanking his seniors and Husker Nation.
I throw the fans in there too, man. Incredible atmosphere. It was a Sweet 16 matchup at a neutral court, and I would have felt like Kevin Harlan was doing the game at Pinnacle Bank Arena with the way the fans all come to support Nebraska. And I'm going to say this, for what we brought to Oklahoma City and what we brought to Houston, show you purchased a ticket to the NCAA basketball tournament at a non-conference game, say New Hampshire or somebody next season, you should get your ass in free and get a free beer for the amount of support and what you've done for this program. Our fan support was tremendous. And I want to say in Vanderbilt, that was the factor. You know, as good as Frager was down the bench and Sam to be able to find him and to get that last playoff, our fans were the factor. Our fans were the difference maker in advancing us into the Sweet 16. And so hats off to you, Husker Nation, as well, for showing up and making this fun. I mean, we haven't had fun, memorable, meaningful basketball to watch in March ever in our entire existence as a fan base. And y'all brought it. Y'all understood the assignment. And so go Big Red. Again, like Fred said, man, this stings. It's going to suck. But we are going to look back and remember this team fondly for what they were able to accomplish and to put Husker basketball on a map, and a map that we're going to stick around for a while. So definitely excited for next winter.
All right, waking up with Mike and Tyson this morning. This is Huddle Up on Extreme Sports for a Friday. We'll be back right after this.
Trouble's brewing at Elbow Bend, and somebody's about to get fleeced. This is Mick with Maleta Vista Winery announcing our mystery dinner tickets are now on sale for the Golden Fleecing, Wild West Murder Mystery. So get your tickets at Maleta Vista Winery's events page. Come dressed as your best cowboy or saloon girl garb. Enjoy a great meal, a glass or two of hooch, and help solve the crime before the night's over. But watch your back, buddy. The outlaw might be sitting at your table. The Golden Fleecing Mystery Dinner at Maleta Vista Winery, March 28th, April 18th.
Connet Auto Care is the trusted name in automotive repair and maintenance services in Hastings. We're a gold-certified Napa Auto Care Center. Our ASE-certified technicians have the Blue Seal of Excellence, receive continuous training, and are committed to providing the best service your vehicle can get. Whether it's preventative maintenance, major repairs, or just an oil change, Connet Auto Care is here for you.
All right, waking up with Mike and Tyson this morning on Huddle Up on Extreme Sports. Get high school baseball yesterday. Adams Central beating St. Paul Palmer 22-15. The Patriots now 3-1 in the season. Will play Beatrice in Crete today in the Elkhorn tournament. Hastings High, they lost yesterday to Gretna by the score of 8-3. Tigers are now 1-3 on the season. They will play host to Lincoln Lutheran tomorrow out at Duncan Field. Action gets underway at noon. We'll have the game here on Extreme Sports beginning with a pregame at 11:45 tomorrow morning. Some other games from yesterday. Grand Island beating Lincoln Southeast 14-1. Holdridge over Aurora 10-4. We've got college softball coming your way today here on Extreme Sports. It'll be Dordt playing at Hastings out at the Smith Complex. Action gets underway at 4. Pre-game show at 3:45 here on Extreme Sports. Then tomorrow, the Hastings College softball team will play host to Waldorf. That action gets underway at 1. We'll have both of those games tomorrow on Extreme Sports 2, beginning with a pre-game show at 12:45 tomorrow. That kind of sets the broadcast schedule for the rest of the weekend. It's been a busy week as we kind of usher in the spring season. We wrapped up basketball last week, and today this week we go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday with high school and college baseball and softball.
What weekend?
Yeah.
What weekend? Let's just keep doing sports. Keep bringing it to the people. That's what we do. That's why we have the capability to be able to do that. If the schedule gets moved around, all of a sudden, we're playing some Saturday high school ball, and we can bring that to you on two different streams. So, we'll go watch some ball this weekend. Excited to see Coach Baker and crew and everybody with the Hastings College softball program for another day that ends in Y. Right, the wind's blowing at the Bill Smith softball complex all weekend long. So
it's supposed to be miserable again tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
It's not really going to be too warm today. With
today's not going to be that much better, buddy. I don't know about miserable tomorrow. When did the forecast change? I looked at it early this week, and I said, well, Friday, God. Friday I might do the game outside.
You did say that.
And then the way it was looking, and then I looked at the forecast today, I said, oh, hell no, we'll be in the press box.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be in a sweater.
I remember that. You were saying, yeah, I'm going to go out on the deck and maybe do the game Friday.
Yeah, well, that weather forecast looked a hell of a lot better than it does today.
Yeah, as Jim said, a cold front moved through, and it's only 30 degrees this morning.
It's not warm.
Wind chill is at 18 as you head out the door. So
my thermostat's like, what the hell do you want to do?
Yeah,
hot, cold,
air conditioner. Yeah,
Jesus,
furnace on one day, air conditioner on the next. Hopefully your bracket improves over the weekend.
Thanks, buddy.
120th place.
I feel great about it. I can sit in 120th place and absolutely smile to the camera.
You're the only guy that can look into your camera and say, yeah, I feel good about my bracket. I know I'm in 120th place right now, but I feel good heading down the stretch.
I have 4 games active today. Like, I have 4 possible winners that I could advance.
Yeah,
so
that'll get you up there.
That'll go up.
Just remember, you're still getting beat by a 10-year-old.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
Everything is fine.
I'm like that meme, that dog that's just sitting up, sipping a cup of coffee. There's fire all around him, and he's like, it's fine. I'm perfectly okay with the events that are happening.
Don't forget to put your NASCAR lineup in.
Oh, yeah. When does that due?
I think by tomorrow.
Qualifying Saturday.
You better get that done.
No Alex Bowman. No. Is that the only driver change I need to be aware of?
Yep.
All right, I'll go to the NASCAR simulator after the show and put some picks together.
Better get that in because you're going to be busy.
I'll hop in the driver's seat.
All right. If you like, listen to the show again, you can. Fred Hoiberg's comments from last night. Jim Schleicher was on with us today, talking about the ponies this weekend. So if you want to get his picks, he's been kind of hot here lately, I hear.
Mm-hmm.
So Schleicher and his picks, if you want to get his picks, you can listen to him on our podcast, or you can always go to his Facebook group and get all the information there about the ponies around the state of Nebraska and the nation. Nebraska Thoroughbred Racing Network is the Facebook group you want to head to. So anyway, wraps up another week. We'll do this again Monday morning at 7 here on Extreme Sports. Have yourself a good day and a great weekend.
You've been listening to Huddle Up on Extreme Sports, Central Nebraska's new home for sports. Join us every weekday morning from 7 until 8 on Extreme